Hi everyone, welcome to Training with Kayce, where we explore animal training and living our best lives with animals. I'm Joseph Laughlin, producer of this podcast, and now here's your host, Kayce Covert. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Kayce Covert, and I am a professional animal trainer, and I train other professional animal trainers. And a lot of what I teach them to do is to empower animals to cope with stress and manage their own emotions. Does that sound really thrilling? Well, I see your point. I used to teach dolphins to do double back flips and high jumps where they reached around and hit with their tails instead of their rostrum, and jokes where they came up behind us and sprayed us with water, and all these things. And the people laughed and they loved it and they cheered, and the dolphins and I had a great time. And then I realized it wasn't enough, because we all experience stress, and stress can be deadly. I used to work in immunopathology research, and the pathologists used to tell us that 90% of disease is caused by stress. I didn't want to see my animals die of stress. As a matter of fact, you may or may not have heard of this, but there's a condition called capture myopathy, wherein an animal gets so stressed in its interactions with you that it drops dead right in front of you. You don't even have to touch them. Now, I never actually saw that, as far as I know, but there's many, many cases of it. And people saw it when they were, chasing animals. Let's say they want to treat an animal in the wild that needs, care for an injury or something like that. Uh, you don't want to run up on it really fast and grab this wild animal, because that can kill it no matter what your intentions are. And we learned that it's much better to walk up on the animals and just quietly walk them around until they get really tired and they'll lie down. And then you can walk up and treat them. Of course, that's not always possible, right? So, what is possible? Well, we can teach the animals in our care how to relax themselves, and then how to apply their self-relaxation skills when they encounter triggers. A trigger is just an environmental challenge that disrupts the animal's emotional state. So it could be good or it could be bad. The dog could be really excited, or the antelope could be really worried. And either one of those can be disastrous. You're not going to believe how easy it is to teach this. And I teach it in, I say it's easy, but there's lots of little parts that we have to braid together. And I teach an extensive class on it. When you think about it, of course you would, because how many things are there that can stress an animal? Lots. And it takes practice for the animals to master using these tools for their own protection. But we do it all the time and we see amazing results. I want to share with you one other result that we didn't expect from teaching animals these skills, and that is incredibly deeper relationship. When we start sharing information with animals and empowering them with skills, seeing that they're intelligent enough to use these skills, we see a whole different level of interaction with our animals. If you'd like to learn more about this, stay tuned and subscribe to our podcast here. And as usual, please like it and share it. And I'd love it if you'd leave a comment. I don't work directly with zoos at this exact minute, and I would love to talk shop in the comments and hear what you're up to and how these podcast episodes affect you or support your work. Okay, thank you, and I hope to read you in the comments. Take care.
Hey fans, are you enjoying Training with Kayce? Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts from. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Kayce Cover on YouTube. That is youtube.com/C/Kayce Cover. Also, give the podcast a like, share, and comment. Thanks for joining us. Come back for more news and views on animal training and living with animals. Stay at the top of the pack with Kayce. This is Joseph Laughlin, producer of Training with Kayce. See you next time.